Hello and welcome to this practice. My name is Marek and I will guide you through a short version of a long version of a nervous system soothing practice. But if you only have 15 minutes or so, it's a great thing to do in the morning, in the evening, in a break from work, whenever you really find some time and need to regulate the nervous system. The only thing that you will need is something to sit on. We'll be sitting for most of the practice. So find a cushion or a rolled blanket and let's meet in a comfortable seat. And I would like you to find a position in which you're sitting fairly straight, but one that's comfortable and safe. So maybe somewhere between here and here. Shoulders relaxed, with your hands resting where they're comfortable. Gently tucking the chin, relaxing the muscles of the face, and either lowering the gaze, fixing on the floor in front of you, or closing your eyes. And to begin the practice, we will simply notice how we are right now. How's your body? How's your nervous system? How is your mind? Your emotions? All of that that you are currently experiencing on the inside. Not necessarily naming everything and definitely not judging how you feel. Simply seeing honestly, clearly. In the first step, noticing, leads us to the second step, a very, very important part of practicing working with the nervous system, which is acceptance. And it is the most difficult part because it is not easy to accept when we feel dysregulated. We have the natural urge to change that state. And that's ultimately where we are going. But we need to accept how we are feeling right now. There is no wrong feeling to be feeling right now. And trust me, I am coming from years of resisting, fighting. Doesn't work. And very often it adds extra pressure. So we can relax into the fact it's okay right now, bringing awareness to our breath. You might place one hand on your belly, one on your chest, and internally and externally, noticing the breath, the natural flow, without changing a single thing. Allow the breath to be as it wants to be. And maybe it's shallow and fast. That's okay. Maybe it's slow and deep. That's okay. Allowing it to be exactly as it wants to be right now. And together, let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Feel the lungs all the way up. And sigh of relief. Exhale. And one more time. And release. Gently opening your eyes. And I would like you to look around for a moment and noticing the fact that you're safe. In this very room, you are safe. And you might repeat it to yourself, truly believing in what you're saying. And right now, in this space, I am perfectly safe. Your nervous system might not believe right away. It is okay, but something might begin to shift. And let's bring the shoulders up to our ears, create a bit of tension. Inhale and exhale. Drop the shoulders down. One more time like this. And we'll begin a few exercises that will directly or indirectly target the vagus nerve, the main nerve responsible for the regulation of our nervous system. And first, tilt your head to the right side. Open your eyes and look towards the top left corner of the room, the way that your both of the eyes will be going towards the top left edge of the eye socket. And we're creating a gentle strain on the eyes, not too much, but we should feel it. And then gently tilt the head back so that you feel some stretch on the left front side of the throat. Relax the shoulders down and breathe with ease. And slowly come back to center. Take a moment to notice. And do the same on the other side. Left ear towards the left shoulder. Eyes in the direction of the top right corner. Gentle strain. Shoulders down. Easy breath. And slowly come back to center, taking a moment to pause and observe, how does my nervous system react when I do this exercise? And most likely every day, every time you do it, you feel a bit different. It can be quite awkward with some of these exercises when you do it for the first time, but the body, the nervous system, they get used to it as you do it a couple of times, which I invite you to do. And for the next exercise, we'll separate the ring and middle fingers, both hands, and we'll place that gap or the ear in that gap. I have to be careful here on this side because of the microphone, but I will show you how it looks on the right side. So we'll be sliding up and down, finding your own comfortable, soothing speed and pressure. Our ear is this part of the body where the vagus nerve is fairly close to the surface, so we can directly stimulate this area. And release. And we'll stay around the ear for the next exercise. And before you follow my instructions, I'd like to explain to you because you won't be able to hear me. So, what we're going to do is take the fingers of both hands, stick them inside of your ear of our ears, as if there was a loud sound you're trying to protect yourself from, and we'll massage the back side of that ear canal, that cartilage, and it has a circular shape, so it's fairly easy to glide your finger. So now you might join me. And stop. How is your nervous system and mind? How are they responding to this practice so far? And whatever you feel, accept. And for the next exercise, we use one of our fingers and place it in the middle between the eyebrows and apply gentle pressure here. You might use the other finger to press a little bit harder if you need that. And you might hold it here or do small circular movements. It's acupoint and in traditional Chinese medicine. It's called yin tang, amongst others. It is used to relieve the signs of stress and anxiety. If you've ever had acupuncture, you might have had a needle here. And relax. And we'll move to the neck. We'll massage the throat. So, from this space here, where you can feel your jawline, we'll very, very gently slide the fingers down. So, we are not massaging the tissue, we are simply activating certain receptors here. So, please don't press hard. It actually might not be very beneficial. Just simple stroking. All right, and let's pause. And that is it for self massage. We have one more exercise where we'll control our breathing. And breathing is one of the ways to also access the vagus nerve that runs through the diaphragm, the main breathing muscle here in the abdomen. And we'll do two parts. We'll be breathing in the first part, in on the count of 4 and out on the count of 4. And then at some point we'll switch to in on 4 and out on 6, extending the exhalation. Because I believe that we all have our own pace of breathing. I will just guide first 2, 3 rounds of in and out breath, and then I will let you breathe on your own, in your own pace. And then at some point, I will tell you when to extend the exhale. You might have one hand on the belly, one on the stomach. Sometimes it helps to be closer to the breath, so to speak. And first, relax the shoulders, relax the belly. And exhale the air out. And inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale and continue in your own pace, finding the rhythm that suits you best. without straining, without forcing. It's about finding a rhythmic, even breath in and out. And on the next exhale, you can extend it to the count of 6, or first to the count of 5 and then to 6, so that at some point your exhales are longer than your inhales. And after the next exhalation, allow the breathing to come back to normal rhythm and depth. And once again, simply noticing how you're feeling right now. How's your nervous system, your mental activity? Can you feel any difference from when we started the practice? And just so that those of you who don't feel any dramatic change, it is perfectly normal. If the nervous system has been dysregulated for some time, it might take a little bit more than 20 minutes of this kind of practices. And if that is the case for you, I invite you to incorporate this practice or any similar practice into your day, maybe in the morning before work or in the evening before sleep. Some of these exercises throughout the day are also great to do. Let's open your eyes. We'll come back. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this for your nervous system and for our collective global nervous system as well. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time.